Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, a place where you can learn about body language and non-verbal communication. Feel free to click like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And let's get on to it. So I'm going to start off by saying it was a slippy slope in the last video because I was stumbling and slurring in my words. So I'll give a little disclaimer here. I haven't slept in a few hours, okay? It's very early in the morning. And I apologise in advance if I'm not so coherent at times, but hey, the message is still the same, right? So today we're talking about a shoulder shrug, but not a shoulder shrug in particular, or not the shoulder shrug. We're talking about an uneven shoulder shrug, okay? So this is a partial shoulder shrug. And what do I mean by that? It means that only one shoulder is going to raise, or potentially both will raise, but on an uneven basis. Okay, so both shoulders aren't raising in unison, but one shoulder is raising higher whilst the other shoulder remains lower. Okay, what does this show? And you will see this, especially in news reports and interviews of such. This is a sign, a symbol that projects a lack of full commitment. You might see it with liars. You might see it with honest people. Depends on the situation, okay? You have to read into this. So by raising only one shoulder, you declare that you're unsure, right? The shoulders lack full commitment to what has been said verbally. So if I say, no, I didn't jump in that bush. No, I didn't jump in that bush. Whilst one shoulder raises higher than the other, I'm not committing to what I've said. Am I lying? That's up for the person who's translating my message to consider and to define, okay? When both the shoulders rise together, it indicates that the person's fully committed. We call it turtling. Biologically speaking, evolutionarily speaking, the shoulders raise and cover the neck in the face of the threat, okay? Because the person genuinely doesn't know. So in defense of not knowing, the person conceals their sensitive neck in order to not be attacked. It sounds stupid, but socially speaking, things are more just as worrisome as physiologically back in the day. So when we used to be afraid of being poisoned by a crazy insect, and we'd cover our neck with our shoulders to ensure we were secure. Now the social ramifications of being incorrect or saying the right thing or being embarrassed or so on and so forth is still implemented within our primitive brain as a threat. Okay, it's how our brain, considers it. It's still the same old, right? We're social creatures, it's very important. So when only one raises, you have to consider, well, the person's not really concealing their neck, so they're not acting in a very honest means. And this asymmetry applies across the board. So when it comes to non-verbal communication and body language, you want to see symmetry with an action to ensure that it's honest. If a person reacts in a means as to where it's asymmetric, they're not fully committed to the behaviour as to which they're expressing non-verbally. All right. So make sure you're not being deceived. If anything comes into question as why is only one half reacted in that means, then I would brush it off as far as it being honest. There are particular behaviours such as a lopsided smile and so forth, which do hold isolated meanings, but when it comes to the entire dictionary of non-verbal language, pay close attention and look for other signs if you're getting lopsided behaviours from an individual, right? Uneven shoulder shrugs are dishonest. Okay? Standard ones will indicate when a person doesn't know something, they'll shrug it off, right? I don't know. That's fine, it's clear. They brush off the whiteboard of information. It's nice, it's clean. Truthful of their lack of knowledge. It'll come up in unison and sharply, right? But if only one shoulder comes up, There's a lack of amplitude and audacity and commitment. So they're uncertain of the message they're trying to get across. Dishonest. They're verbally stating something as to which their brain is disagreeing with. Incongruent message is being sent at that moment in time. So I can't, me personally, if I'm to see this behaviour, I have to pay attention to what was said at that moment, and then I have to continue observing this individual to see where they're coming from. I'm not going to purely base a meaning or apply a meaning to what's being said, but I will understand that that person is insecure about what they've said. It's up to me to wonder why. Alright? Or if I know that person, or if I know that person enough, I might be able to then think, alright, well, they've said it for this reason, or sort of form my own theory. But if I only just met the person, I have to really pay attention to their baseline behaviour and to the general large scale picture and clusters. Alright? Click like, click subscribe if you've seen this behaviour. Do you do this behaviour? I'd like to know.